Hi, I'm Rubbo, an instructor of physics at College of Southern Nevada. Today we're in Pahrump, the home of Awkward Silence, one of the first tech challenge teams that competes in FIRST robotics. So we've all heard the word robot before, but if we think about it and try to define what a robot is, that becomes a little bit of a challenge. In fact, if you go out and you ask a bunch of people who do robotics for a profession, they may not give you the same exact definition. So classically, when we think about what a robot is, we usually think about films, and we think of a humanoid robot, and that's something that has arms, has legs, a torso, a head, looks very human-like, maybe with a metal skin to it, but that is just the fictional version of a robot. In our everyday lives, a robot can be found everywhere around us. For example, a thermostat is a version of a robot, because what it does is it measures the temperature of the room. It will take that and process it and says if the temperature is not at a certain level, it's going to kick on the AC or maybe the heat. So that's an example of a robot that maybe we've overlooked. So there's examples of robots in our everyday lives that sometimes we overlook just because they don't have arms and legs to them. But one thing that all people will agree upon is a robot is a physical thing that repeats a task over and over. So this is a great example of what a robot might look like. Here what we have is a First Tech Challenge robot built by Awkward Silence in Pahrump, and it demonstrates the key essential features of what a robot might have. For example, on this particular robot, in the front is a camera. This is a type of sensor that measures the environment around it and takes in that information and feeds it into its brain. In this case, the brain for this robot is located in this black box in the back. In this brain here, it takes in that information, processes it, and makes a decision. So during a competition, based on what the camera is seeing, this brain will make a decision or not to move this arm. So a robot is, at the end of the day, a physical device built by humans. So this is just a chunk of metal that on its own can't make its own decisions ahead of time. What we have to do as roboticists is to teach it how to actually interact with the environment. And that's where the computer comes involved. What we do is we program the robot to learn how to take in information, process it, think about it, and make decisions based on what we need as humans.
Hi, I'm Dylan, and this over here is the robot that Dr. Rubbo was talking to you earlier about. Our team, Awkward Silence, has been a team for the past 4 years. I started getting into robotics in 7th grade when I joined a FIRST LEGO League team. One thing about the FIRST robotics program is that no matter what stage you're in the competition, it's all kid-driven. We are all students that have gathered together in one location to help build a robot together. I'm going to demonstrate some of the cool features of our robot, such as movement as well as our arm. So one interesting thing to note about our robot is that I'm actually able to control it with this controller right here. So when I push forward on the joystick, the robot moves forward with it. My brother's actually a part of the FIRST LEGO League Explorer program, and now we're going to see what his team is working on.
Hello, my name is Jackson, and I'm 10 years old. I'm a part of the team LEGO Miners. This is the robot that we're building. It's pretty much just the build that we were supposed to build at the beginning of the year, and the main build connected by little stick things. And I have structure down here that can that hold it up so it doesn't all just collapse down. These are the motors which will run it. This is how I make my robot move. This is pretty much the program. There's a start button right here. And then it will start spinning it. And then this is the button you use to stop the robot. So you can pretty much stop it wherever and then start it wherever.
When we really dig deep, what we realize is the concept of a robot is actually kind of challenging. So what we think about is the sense, compute, and act cycle, where a robot is an object that physically brings in information from its environment. It computes something about that information, makes a decision, and then acts upon it. So even though we think we understand what a robot is, the definition is actually quite wide and encompasses many things in our everyday lives.